the Joe Rogan experience.
What is this?
But yeah, it's sick. I mean, you texted me that video of the kid. You know, another medic was just shot. So
Yeah, there was something
crazy.
that Bilal Muhammad, who's one of the UFC fighters, had on his Instagram, and I texted you that. It's
Dude, thank God there's like fucking Muslim fighters, so Joe Rogan has like at least knowledge of what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, because if it wasn't for like Khabib and other like Muslim fighters, like Joe would just have no fucking clue. His point of view on the world is almost entirely guided by the absolute fucking brain dead chuds that he occupies himself with, or that he surrounds himself with. Oh, by the way, this is from 2019.
So again, this is another thing that
Right.
it's so difficult to understand
Right.
what's actually going on. There's so many pro-Israel people that put their head in the sand and don't want to look at some of these atrocities and don't want to look at some of the videos that you sent me of soldiers shooting at people that are not doing anything.
Right. I mean, yeah. I mean, their whole argument is that it's all Hamas and their human shields. I mean, we looked through hundreds of hours of footage that these people gave us, and it's mind-blowing footage. It looks absolutely cinematic and epic, but the footage is harrowing, and I didn't see one weapon.
I think Joe Rogan would still have Abby Martin on. I think Joe Rogan should still have Abby Martin on his show. Didn't Joe make fun of her in her Palestine takes with Sam Harris on a later episode? Oh, he did? Oh, god damn it, dude. Fuck. Okay, I forgot. Sam Harris. She works with Mark Prisoner. I think they're married. Or they're partners, I think. But yes, they work together as well. And Sam Harris, dude, just the absolute worst.
I didn't see one militant, not one weapon. It was literally people with slingshots throwing rocks at tanks.
True.
It's kind of a rite of passage. It's very symbolic. They're not trying to hurt anyone. No Israeli soldiers have been hurt or killed, during 2018, which is what the film looks at, is through 2018 of the Great March of Return. And there's not any weapons. There's no militants. Hamas has nothing to do with the march. And it's just shocking. I mean, it's shocking how many war crimes were committed on camera. And it's just amazing the propaganda that's just told to us about what this is and why they have the right to kill people that pose no threat to them.
When you were on last time and you talked about this, one of my email accounts was flooded with literally a chain letter, like the same letter, like denouncing you and your lies and your anti-Semitic perspective and your anti-Israeli perspective. It was weird because it was the same email.
AstroTurfed, yeah, it was fake.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a campaign. You
But
know
it came
that has a
from
lot of
hundreds.
money behind it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of money behind that. I mean, the film's mind-blowing. Go to GazaFightsForFreedom.com if you want to check it out when it gets released, and it's just really incontrovertible, Joe. I mean, even if it were a war between armies, all of these things that Israel has done are still documented war crimes and very grievous violations of international law. And we're talking about direct targeting and assassinations by Israeli snipers of disabled people, of children,
Medics.
press, and medics. And that's who Razan was. She was a medic, and as you mentioned, another medic just
Watch Abby interview Israelis is sickening. Dude, not only did I watch it on stream, and the YouTube video of it is literally out on my YouTube. These Israelis sound like fascists is the title of the video. Been out for 15 hours. God damn, editors working fucking overtime over here. They've pumped out 4 fucking Palestine videos so far. I'm gonna get clapped. I feel like, dude, that's 4 fucking Palestine videos in a row. I am just biding my time until I get fucking permanently clapped. It feels like. We'll see. Hopefully I don't, and that'll be great.
passed away, was killed, rather. I hate to use the passive voice because you
Should
always
we
hear
slow down? Oh, what's up, Will? Actual question? Nah, fuck it, dude.
Palestinians died. No, they were murdered. They're all being murdered by snipers, and they pose no threat to them. And so the film looks at this UN investigation basically during the march in 2018 and documents all of the grievous crimes and atrocities conducted by the Israeli military. And I mean, Palestine has a right to defend itself. And this isn't even what that is. But if you look at the UN Charter of 1978, they say that, occupied peoples and besieged peoples have the right actually for armed self-defense. And the fact that this is not even what that is, that there's literally people going out there in peace with their bared chests, holding flags, and they're getting killed and sniped. There's so many amputations. I mean, just in 2018 alone, there was 35 kids who were killed. 900 shot.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's children. And you know, some of these stories are harrowing.
I can't believe Abby Martin is failing to consider that, like, some of those kids might be Hamas one day. Okay? It's what you got to do. Okay? It's just what you got to do. All right?
A kid hiding behind a trash can who was sniped. A kid who went up to the
have you considered that maybe the trash can was hiding Hamas in it? You know, that sort of thing.
fence and just put it.
It's like, at this point, it's like it's just what it is. That's literally fucking the justifications for it, regardless. Like,
The Palestinian flag, and she was shot in the head and died instantly. It goes on and on and on. And so, you know, we're just trying to document this to really kind of push the needle for accountability, because these laws have been agreed upon by the international community, some of them 100 years ago. And to have kind of a rogue state acting with complete impunity, knowing that it has total protection.
I remember a time when, again, I've talked about this a bunch of times, but like, there was a Palestinian medic who was clearly identified as a medic, the Red Cross on her and everything. Okay, and IDF shot and fucking killed her. At the time, people were very upset. How could you murder a Palestinian medic who posed no threat to you? Oh, did I miss it? Did she talk about it already? Did I miss that? Because I was peeing. Okay. Yeah. Ruzan al-Najjar. Now, Israel and the Israeli propaganda immediately did what Israel and Israeli propaganda always does, and said that she was actually a human shield, or had actually been a Hamas operative. That's why she had to die. That's why she had to be murdered. Okay? But not only that, but then they also took it one step further and deceptively edited a video to make it seem like she was Hamas. And then it came out that that was all a falsehood. So that's why I always say, like, why should anyone ever fucking believe whatever the fuck the IDF has to say about anything? Pepe the Jew, Palestine is the name of the place. Rome called it an act of colonization. There's no such thing as Palestinian people. Can you, mods, come on. Like, what do you think this guy's here to do? Please. I don't want to dispose of this filth, because I as soon as I click on their fucking account, there's going to be like some crazy shit on it. Probably. I saw the exact same message on another account. Yeah.
Protection from the U.S. empire and given more freedom than ever under Trump, with this goal on Heights thing and the moving of the Jerusalem embassy, or the moving of the embassy to Jerusalem. I mean, it's abysmal, and it needs to be stopped. And, you know, they can't control the narrative any longer, because we're seeing this with our own eyes. And that's what this film does, is really lays it all out.
Abby, you concentrate and focus on so many different fucked up parts of the world. But you're very friendly and upbeat. Like, see, like, you're laughing at this. How do you manage to maintain your sanity? Because I have a hard time if I just watch one of your pieces.
Right.
I watch one of your clips and I just go, what the fuck? And I just want to cry, and I don't know what to do, and I want to hug my kids. But you're in the trenches every day, and you go to these places all the time. How do you do it?
Well, I think that, first of all, I go and camp a lot. I get into nature a lot, which is also kind of depressing, knowing that, you know, climate change and blah, blah, blah. But I try to get out and see the beauty of the world and understand my privilege, especially as an American citizen, because we can't afford to not be aware, and we can't afford to not be educated and talking about these issues, especially when our government is subsidizing this around the world, $10 million every day with our tax dollars. You know, I mean, this is going on, and it's so.
You remember when Israel attacked the Turkish ship support that was sent to Gaza? Yes, Mavi Marmara. This was a gigantic fucking act of aggression against the Turks, a Turkish ship by the name of Mavi Marmara was literally sending supplies into Gaza and in an act of resistance against the Gaza blockade that Israel had illegally put around Gaza once again. And they came in with fucking attack helicopters, literally like roped into the fucking ship and murdered everybody in it. Okay. And then they said, yeah, we thought that they were just bringing in terrorist weapons. And guess what they had as weapons in the fucking ship? They showed it too. They literally fucking showed the weapons that they had pulled out of the ship. I still remember seeing the images. It was so fucking insane, where all they found on the ship was hammers, medical supplies, scissor. There was scissors there. Let me look here. I'll show you. I mean, it's fucking. You can see it in broad daylight. Like, if you want to know what IDF propaganda looks like, this is it, boys. This is it. This is titled Israeli Defense Forces Weaponry Used by Passengers Aboard the Mavi Marmara. This is true. They showed this. No. This is from news reports at the fucking time. They literally showed this to justify murdering human rights activists on a fucking freedom flotilla that was trying to bring in aid to Gaza. They showed this and justified like ripping these people into shreds with their fucking Uzis, dude. Anyway. Yeah, weapons of mass cutlery, dude, on a ship. These were the weapons that were used to push back in the violent incident, dude. 9 activists were killed in the violent clash that followed because the passengers of the ship actively attempted to thwart a landing of the ship by Israeli commandos that literally, if I'm not mistaken, they started shooting from the helicopter. First of all, this was the flotilla. And they came in with fucking attack helicopters. Wow, you really need to be educated on this topic? You don't know shit? Guy who literally did not even know this thing happened. Guy who literally did not even know this thing had ever happened until a second ago gets mad at political commentator who can't recall every single fucking minute detail of an incident that occurred like fucking 10 years ago. What a fucking idiot, dude. Several dozen activists were claimed to be injured, some seriously. Israel claimed 10 of its soldiers were injured, 1 seriously. The UN report states that knives on the kitchen ship, plus 1 traditional ceremonial knife, some catapults, slingshots, and metal pipes the passengers cut from the ship's railings were found. Turkey unveiled its final report on the Israeli attack on the Gaza-bound aid convoy. On February 11, 2011, the Israeli government appointed Turkey Commission unveiled its final report on January 2011, and both found the blockade and the force used by the Israeli soldiers to be legal. Dogs, all of them. A Polish authority on admiralty law, Professor Andrzej Makowski of the Polish Naval Academy in Gdynia, also upheld this view in an extensive article in the Israel Journal of Foreign Affairs. Sorry, we found that your death is legal, bro. Why they put the Saudi flag in there? To be scary? I don't know. Probably. Yeah.
So close to home, and we have to acknowledge our privilege and acknowledge.
Is that the Hamas flag? They probably fucking planted it.
Which is, we have agency. We have agency to lobby our government to change this and to stop these criminal
I have no idea what flag that is, for the record. I don't know. Anyway.